Hey, this is Roy Richardson, the Tech Troublemaker, and this is another episode of our Sunday Tech Social, live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we talk about the tech news of the week, and we don't take it quite so seriously as I do on my Tuesday night show. And tonight, I am lucky enough to have a special guest, Paul Cuenin. We're going to say Paul the Programmer. And Paul,
sounds good.
There he is. Hey, Paul, did you want to say anything else to add to that?
No, I'm excited. Let's see how this goes, and hopefully we can do some more in the future.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. All right, so we're gonna jump right into the tech news, and then Paul and I will banter back and forth, and then definitely you guys, like Marcus, I see you out there. Thank you so much, sir, for dropping by, and we will talk about the tech news and we may go serious, but that's how life goes sometimes. So, all right, grab your cup of coffee or your favorite drink and let's go. Hey, here we are, Sunday Tech Social, episode 4. All right, so all the tech news we can make fun of. Actually, it would take a really long program for that, but so I'm going to spare you. We're going to go right into it. So, no ink. No scanning for you or faxing. So Canon will reveal this week that some of the Canon Proxima server printers will not let you scan if the printer is out of ink. It also will not let you send faxes if it's out of ink. Do what? How much ink does a printer use when you scan? I just need to know. So people are filing a class action lawsuit against Canon over this. Yeah, it's just the fact
they're holding you hostage for your
yeah.
ink is what it is. Yeah.
What do you think about
it? I'm not a big fan because we know there's no technological reason for it. It's just they want more money.
Yeah, it's just insane.
It's a cash grab. Yeah,
it's exactly. A cash grab. I have an HP printer. If it's out of yellow, I can't print in black. Why?
And this isn't a bug. We had a question from Marcus. He wanted to know if that was a bug. It's not a bug, right?
It's not a bug. It's
designed.
A feature. Yeah, go here. Marcus says, is it a bug? No, Marcus, sadly, it is programmed that way.
Right.
It is actually programmed.
They don't want you to use the printer for other functions unless you've bought ink or have ink. So don't run out.
And then Marcus also, this is a question also Marcus asked. Who needs the fax in 2021?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, when's the last time
lawyers, doctors, right? Are those the two people? I don't. But even that, you can scan, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't fax.
Exactly. It's doctors and lawyers.
Because is that because you can't modify it? Is that why they like it? Because I scan and email things all the time.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're shooting for. But I gotta think fax machines are easy to compromise. You probably have some some.
Yeah, you would think you can digitally modify it and then fax it, right? Right, I can Photoshop something and fax it just as easily as I can email something and Photoshop it. Whatever.
Maybe Marcus says because maybe they sell the printer below cost.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. That's why. It's because they're trying to beat everybody on price for when you buy the products, but then they're trying to make their money up with supplies that they're selling you later. So,
yeah, if it costs more to buy the ink than it does to buy the printer, there's something going on.
Right.
Not that it's any fun pleasure cruise to spend too much on a printer, but you know what I'm saying.
Right. The cheaper the printer, there's usually a catch later on.
And then the fact that the print heads would come with it. If they come with printheads, there's actually some printers that do not come with printheads. You have to buy them separate. But the ones that do come with cartridges are only half full.
Right, or like quarter full. I've gotten ones that are like if you have one that has high capacity ink possibilities, it comes with like tiny little ones that then you use up right away. So,
it's not good, not cool.
There's no such thing as a free lunch again. So a cheap printer usually is a reason.
Yeah. It's bad. Next, first of all, don't buy Acer. Second, I'm sorry if you did. This week it was revealed that Acer hackers had released basically the entire registration database of anybody that registered their devices with Acer. And so Yeah, a major customer leak. It's terrible. By the way, your data is out there somewhere. Paul, what do you think about that?
If you used your master password for Acer, you might need to update that one, huh?
We
Yeah.
talked about bad passwords here.
So what's your favorite? What's your favorite PC laptop? If you're not like Lenovo, or what do you like?
It's
Because to
it's
me, it's hit and miss. Like sometimes you got to just look at models and reviews.
it is hit or miss. Sometimes it's Dell,
Right.
sometimes it's Lenovo,
Right.
sometimes it's HP, sometimes it's Asus. It's really each one of those vendors has a laptop that they make that is really excellent.
Right. They each have like a really good one, but you want
Yes,
to make sure you're buying the good one. Yeah. Yeah.
and not to knock Acer. Acer does make one of the best Chromebooks.
That's
So
what I was thinking. Yeah, they're good at that low price point,
they are. They
but you
make
still
an
don't.
excellent. They make an excellent Chromebook. So yeah.
You still don't want your data out there, no matter what. So yeah.
No, you should be sad about your data. As Marcus says, the best notebook is a MacBook. Just gonna say that. It
Yeah.
you can't buy a bad Mac. You can buy the Mac that doesn't maybe have as much horsepower as you'd like,
Hmm.
but it's still an amazing Mac. It's kind of like I can buy a Ford Escort or a BMW. Yes, they both
Right.
have engines. Yes, they
Right.
both have four wheels. Yes, they
Right.
both get me
Yeah.
from point A
Four
to point B.
seats or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Four seats. But the Mac's gonna get you there in style.
Right. 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 Well, the Mac, I think Macs are also to me almost similar to sort of Toyotas, and they're also going to last so long that you're only going to upgrade because technology's moved along, not necessarily because it breaks down. So
Right.
Donna Richardson commented saying that yeah, doctors need to use fax numbers and they use autofax, I guess. So
That's
I'm not
true.
in the medical world, so I don't know
That's true.
about that too much. But yeah,
Yeah. I still don't understand faxing.
yeah,
You can't make it make sense to me. I'm sorry.
no.
I just don't understand.
It feels like it's 25 years ago that it became.
It
Yeah, like
does.
when
Yeah.
people list fax numbers on their business cards, I'm sometimes like, to me, that kind of shows you're technologically a little behind, maybe.
And AOL addresses.
Mm. Hey, my grandma, I think my grandma still has AOL, but she's 92 and on an iPad, so that's pretty good. She's doing
That's
okay.
acceptable. Totally
Yeah, yeah.
allowed. She gets an exception.
She's cutting edge for her age group.
That is
So
cutting edge for her age group. I fully
right,
support
right.
her. Want
Yeah,
her to
yeah.
be happy in there. So yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, yeah. Like Mark's going back to the printers. There's been a business model for printers for a long time. Once people get used to the low prices, it's difficult to change it.
It is. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. It's sort of like any other model. Once you used to free shipping, paying shipping becomes the worst thing ever. So
yeah, like
that's what
Amazon
happens.
Prime and not getting
Yeah,
things in 2 days anymore.
yeah. Now nobody else can charge shipping because
Yeah. Next up, Microsoft
okay,
offers Xbox mini fridge because they can't make enough Xboxes. They like leaving you in the cold. And if you can't play games, you might as well drink.
yeah. Or at least sip on a beverage waiting makes it more.
It's a little bitty, so don't get your hopes up. This isn't the dorm
Yeah,
fridge. This is the little bitty one.
this is
Yeah.
like for a few Red Bulls or something in there. Right,
Yes. You need that while you're gaming. If you're gonna do an
right.
all
Your
nighter,
Monster Energy. Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Yeah. You gotta make that work. Yep. Um. Hey Samantha, came by Inspirational Connection TV. Uh,
Hello.
Saying wait. Yep. I love when folks come by. Thanks. Next up. Oh, by the way, you can't print anyway. So the latest Microsoft patch for Windows 10, if you happen to be in a corporate environment, if the company's print server doesn't have the exact same patch, you can't print. So go tell your favorite IT guy. And if you are the IT guy, you're welcome. Welcome to Monday. I can't
Right.
print.
You'll figure it out Monday morning when everyone's yelling at you that they can't print the thing they need for the 9 o'clock meeting. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be terrible. We found out at my company on Friday. So if you uninstall this patch on Windows 10, if you can't print and you uninstall this patch, you will suddenly be able to print. If you install this patch and you can print, then somebody patched the print server this weekend. So thank your IT guy, or if you're the IT guy, thank you.
Yeah, you need a patch on both sides, is what it is, right?
It's just one of those weird ones.
Yeah.
The documentation just didn't make that clear.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what's going on. So, ta-da! Next, Apple Days are here again, or Appy Days, October 18th. So tomorrow, unless you're watching a replay of this, so on Monday, October 18th, Apple announced, or in my case, is going to announce several new products of your dreams tomorrow. My crystal ball, most of my sources tell me that a 16-inch MacBook Pro with the M1X, which that's still debated as if that's going to be the final name for the processor, but basically the next generation of the M1 processor that came out last year with the 13-inch MacBook and the iMac and the Mac Mini, which the Mac Mini I know and love, is going to come out, and it goes to 11.
Yeah, do they know how much better the M1X is supposed to be? Do they have any rumors about that?
It's going to have more cores. It's going to be...
Because I know the M1 blew everyone away.
It did. It's going to be capable of doing 64 gig of memory.
Wow. Okay.
Which is not currently... The current models, the most you can do is 16 gig. But it will be capable, supposedly, of 64 gig of memory. It's going to have even more graphics cores. Not that I've had a problem with graphics, because the graphics on the M1 Mac Mini have been phenomenal.
The only thing I can think of is like 4K video editing. Or I don't know, people doing crazy rendering or something.
You can do 4K on Mac Mini.
Can you?
Yes, you can.
That's what I don't have the... I don't do enough... I don't know how to push the limits that far.
I still have a 1080p monitor, so there's no reason to go 4K yet.
Right.
And most video on YouTube is 1080p. There's even still some 720, but 1080p. And I do 1080p at 60 frames per second up to YouTube, and so far so good. And rumors also say it's going to be an AirPods 3 that may have a shorter stem on it than the long one that sticks out from the current AirPods, so that'd be good. Maybe new pros, but there's some debate about that. There may be a 14-inch MacBook Pro. The 14-inch MacBook Pro is the 13-inch with even smaller bezel, and it's going to have the M1X chip, and so it's going to be good. It's going to be good, but I don't know that it's going to come out tomorrow. But it's going to be announced tomorrow. It's been rumored. I don't know. There are also rumors of a 27-inch iMac. Maybe the iMac Pro, maybe. I don't know. The rumors are kind of hazy on this one. And then also there's a rumor there might be a new Mac Mini. I really hope they don't. This will hurt my feelings. It feels too soon. Way too soon. Come on. I just got my Mac Mini. Please don't release a new one. Give me a year.
I don't think they would do that. I think they'll come out with an iMac Pro, I bet. Because they just came out with the new iMacs, right? Cool. So I can see. But the price point would be crazy. But
I've got my Forever Mac right now. So I've got 5 more years at least on this Forever Mac. And so, okay.
Yeah, you have to portion. You have to be like, okay, I bought this Mac. I'm going to hold on to it for X years to make it worth it. That's like,
And the other bright spot, macOS Monterey will be released in November. Probably. I mean, it's been in beta for months. It's coming out in November. That's how they do it. As soon as the first new Macs that are preloaded with it, that's when they release it to the world. So, all right. Now, here's the good news. macOS Monterey will rock. Here's the bad news. It will run better on new Macs that have the M1 or M1X chip. Good news. Faster chipset, even better graphics horsepower. Bad news. It will ship late, and maybe not enough for everybody to have one for Christmas.
Now, have they said that officially? Is that what they come out and kind of warn people, or is that just sort of what the rumor mill?
That's what the rumor mill says, because supply chain is so bad. And there's literally
everything's supply chain is
off the coast from China that are full of stuff they can't even load because of COVID and worker shortages.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Yeah. It's gonna be bad. So
Valentine's Day. New Mac might be what you're looking at, right?
There you go. So, like Marcus says here, it's the best to buy the best one you can afford and use it as long as possible. That is what I have done. That has been my stance on Apple. I bought the first MacBook. It was awesome. And then I got a MacBook Pro, and it was phenomenal. And I got 7 years out of the first one, almost 6.5 out of the second one. And then the Mac Mini I have, it's going to have to do 6 years. So
Right.
unless
They
my
are
YouTube
like
channel blows
cars. They are like cars in that way. Like buy the nicest Toyota you can afford, but then drive till the wheels come off, and that's the best business plan, sort of. Yeah.
up. Yep. Inspiration Connects TV says they come out with new ones too quick. Yes, they do. It's
Well,
almost like
that's
iPhones.
the idea. Yeah, they're just because they know there's those early adopters that will just swap, so they're taking advantage. You don't need a new one every year, but some people will. Yeah.
Maybe we should lease Macs, like 2-year lease to be ready for.
Oh, I bet they'll do that. I bet that's coming. Just wait.
It could happen.
Definitely, you could do the desktops and probably have not much damage. I don't know if I want to have. I don't think Mac would want to lease you a laptop. That might be asking for trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to maybe Macs go to a subscription model.
Yeah.
It can happen.
That's cars are Volvo's trying to push towards that, so I can see high-end computers doing the same thing. Yeah.
Let's take a few minutes and just do some shout outs to some folks out there on the wire. First of all, hey, I see Sammy Superstar drop by. Hey, Sammy, thanks so much for coming by. Marcus says, hey, Sammy, how you doing? Inspiration Connection TV said hey also to Sammy, and also said hey to Marcus. By the way, that's Samantha. And then Marcus says just ignore the new one as long as you don't need them.
Right. That is part of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the thing you have as long as you can.
Exactly. Just try to stick with what you got and enjoy what you have. And
because the deficiency's all in your head a lot of times. Like you're like, oh, I could be so much faster, but unless you're really pushing the limit, doing something with renderings or video or something, you're probably pretty good.
And that's what happened to me. I was rendering even short videos on my 2015 MacBook Pro. It only had 8 gig of memory and 256 gig of storage, and it was taking an hour and a half, 2 hours to render a 5-minute video.
See, then you have an argument. You got something to like.
The Mac Mini does that same video in like 3-4 minutes.
Right. I can see that. Yeah,
it's amazing. So just amazing stuff. Yeah. All right. Let's go back. And our next news item is the moon is getting high-speed internet, and you are not. So, in a case of irony, NASA releases a draft of the LunaNet, which is basically a specification for lunar internet, and you thought GTA 5 was laggy. I'm just saying. So, I mean, I gotta imagine, hit send on an email. Hey, Spaceman Spiff, you get that email yet? Not yet. Soon. Maybe
the question
soon.
is, are they going to have 1080p on the moon? When's that coming? Yeah.
I don't know. They've done Zoom meetings from the moon, from the International Space Station. So
yeah.
I don't know. I think the internet on the International Space Station is pretty good. And with Elon Musk Starlink network, airlines are about to get high-speed internet. Which he says is going to be phenomenal for airlines. So that'll be cool. Maybe you'll get free internet on the plane. Probably not, but it could happen.
Well, it sounds like this is sort of like a Starlink, but for the moon, almost, or something, right?
Yeah. And most of this is all about the protocols and things. It's going to be basically how do you take TCP/IP and make it work beyond that. So, yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Next, programmer jokes. Okay. I thought with Paul being a programmer, I thought this would be appropriate to get some good jokes out here. I went to a street where houses were numbered 8K, 16K, 32K, 64K, 128K, 256K, and 512. It was a trip down memory lane. I know that was bad. Next, a programmer's wife asked, would you go to the shop and pick up a loaf of bread? And if they have eggs, get a dozen. The programmer returns home with 12 loaves of bread. They had eggs.
Yeah.
It's that if statement there. It gets you every time.
It's all too literal. That's the problem.
the best thing about Boolean is that even if you're wrong, you're only off by a bit.
Oh, but that's a good one.
Yeah, I need like sound effects on it. That's what I need to do. Should have programmed some. All right. A SQL query walks into a bar, walks up to 2 tables, and asks, "Can I join you?"
You need like 8-bit sound effects. If you get,
I know. Yeah. Let's see. I can do. Nope, it's not good.
There you go.
Here we go. No, it's not the same. How about a triangle? Okay, now.
There you go.
Here's applause, which I know
there you go.
none of you would do because these weren't funny at all. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Samantha Gate, hey,
I like the off by a bit. I thought off by a bit was good.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one. Yeah, Marcus gave it 3. so I got some. Yep. Marcus says let's shoot for the moon. Of course, that was about the NASA internet. So yes, I'm definitely in favor of shooting for the moon. We should.
When are they supposed to get to the moon? I know they have a deadline that they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I think 2025, 2024.
Yeah, like sooner than it seems.
Yeah,
I guess we'll see.
Soon. It's soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
All right. Oh, why do Java programmers have to wear glasses? Because they don't C#.
But I wear glasses and I program C#. That's a good one.
Paul programs in C#. So
yeah.
I knew that. That's why I said this is a perfect joke for Paul.
There you go.
All right. As always, please subscribe. If this, the jokes will get better. I'm hoping it could happen. So please comment. Please hit that like button. This is the kind of content that so far we're doing every Sunday night. This has been an experiment. We're really trying to branch out and figure out what direction to go with this. I am seeing a day where we're going to have folks come on live where we work on tech problems and try to help them fix it, and kind of like car talk for the internet for tech gadgets. So
yeah,
see how it goes.
I can give some ideas, but I feel like Roy, you're probably going to be the main guy fixing most of the stuff.
You never know.
Yeah. You never know.
Now,
did you turn it on and off again? That's my usual.
I had a joke about that, but the difference between computers and people is that you can't reboot people.
No.
So yeah. Now Paul is involved in. Let me get Paul up here. Paul is involved in an organization that is a big proponent for STEM, for science, technology, and math and such, and this past weekend, he helped organize and host an event where they had Lego robotics and lots of cool things for people to get involved in. Paul, did you want to tell us about your weekend? Hopefully you've recovered from it.
Yeah, I had to take a nap earlier today to kind of... We walked, I don't know how many steps. My wife, she came and she brought our kids and walked around the festival. She got like 12,000 steps in. So I don't know how many I got because I was there from about 7 till 5. So it was a long day. But it's a cool festival. So it's called Imagine STEAM. But since this is it's global, it's YouTube. It's basically a STEM and art festival. But you can do it in any small town. We're a pretty small town where we did it. And we had 45 exhibitors, manufacturers, nonprofits. I was there with my Lego robotics team, which I think we're going to talk about maybe on another episode. But it was a cool event. It was pretty good. We had about 2,000 to 3,000 people show up. So it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. I want to bring you back on. Maybe you come back with a video to show us some of the Lego robotics stuff. I thought that would be really cool. And just take a look at that stuff because I am very fascinated. I've done some stuff with Lego robotics. Of course, I don't think it really counts as a robot. It's a little
is that
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It's a BB-8, little Bluetooth BB-8, and when it's charged up, I can take a Bluetooth and I can control it. But it's essentially like a remote controlled car as opposed to...
What's the brand called? It's like the little ball. I can't remember what it's called. There's some brand name.
Sphero.
Sphero. Yeah. I think it's Sphero, right? Yeah.
So, pretty proud.
Those are cool, though. They're pretty fun.
I actually won that in a contest on Twitter.
Oh, did you? Wow.
Yeah. See, it is
that's
great
good
to be on Twitter. You really should go on Twitter.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Twitter gives things away. It's really cool. No. Just looked up and... that was really cool. I was like, hey man, it's exciting, yeah. Hinton, hey, how are you doing? Welcome, thanks for coming by. So the Imagine Festival just sounds really amazing, and I know that that's really a cool event. And you had that last year as well. Is that correct?
Right. Well, yeah, not last year, but 2019. So we were going to do 2020.
What happened last year?
I don't know. Did something happen? Did something go on globally? And I missed out. No, yeah. So we had to reschedule twice, and so this was our second time doing it.
Oh wow. Okay.
But our fourth try or something like that. So,
yes. Fourth time's a charm.
Yeah. But it was good. So I think we're in a sort of a rural area where we are. So I find that children's educational stuff, people are a lot more faster to adopt, and that's why I've kind of focused on it, because it's a little hard to have sort of tech meetups and programming meetups where we are, but people are really enthusiastic about their kids learning tech. So I found that to be like, and I have kids, so it works. It's kind of like coaching soccer.
Yeah, people joke that my kids are born with keyboards or iPads in their hand, because my wife and I are into tech gadgets. We both work in IT, and so yes, we didn't keep gadgets away from our kids. And they turned out okay so far. I'll let you know. But yeah.
Supervise. You always got to supervise, but other than that. Yeah.
Oh, now you tell me. Supervise. Supervise my kids. That's a thought. I hadn't thought of that.
Parenting Insights from Paul. You're welcome.
Parenting Insights Paul. He's going to do his own YouTube channel called Parenting Insights from Paul. I use a product called Circle from Disney. I don't like that part about it, but Disney owns Circle.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This is not to be confused with the social network Circle where you pay money to join.
Right.
But it does the whole bedtimes and block sites for you and that type of thing.
Well, that's cool. I'll have to look into
an ad for it. It's because this lady here says, "Oh crap, we're supposed to supervise."
Yeah.
That's my wife.
Donna didn't know either. Yeah.
She
I figured that out after I read her name. I was like, oh wait, okay, that's Roy's wife.
Hey Terry, thanks for coming by. This is not exactly an advertisement for Circle. But what happened is, because Netgear kind of dropped the parental controls that come in their routers and partnered up with Disney and sell the service. So my previous router was an Asus, and I loved the parental controls in it. It was amazing. But Circle's good. I do like it.
Right. Okay.
They have a second gen that you can even do parental controls on phones. Now, if you don't know, I've done an episode where we talked about parental controls on iPhones and Android phones. And so there are parental controls built in. And so that does a bit. But, even then, you need to kind of look at the logs occasionally. And it's like, let's find out where my kids are going.
Right.
It's
you
just
be aware.
Not here right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, my kids aren't quite phone age yet, but I know I'm kind of like already trying to figure that out, so I know once we get there.
Yeah, I don't know what age kids get to be phone age. I'm thinking 30.
That's what I told Brittany, when they get married, I'll buy them a phone.
That's right. Yeah. But unfortunately, in this modern age where
I can see you hit middle school or like early teens, you're going to need a phone.
That was the situation we ran into with my youngest daughter. She started middle school, and strangely, because of bus driver shortages, sometimes her bus didn't
show up
right away. Say again?
Oh, she would be gone longer.
She would be gone longer. She would get home.
And then you're like, where's my daughter?
Yeah. Oh, and I'm freaking out because, where's my daughter? You don't have a GPS on the bus. All I want is a website with a GPS on the bus where I can track where the bus is at all times. But at the same time, well, no, strangely enough, they do still make the Linksys does make their routers that you can still program. And there is DDWRT has kept up. So in case you don't know it, DDWRT is an open source OS that you can load onto specific Linksys routers, and you can tweak the heck out of it. You can tweak everything about it. It's very cool.
Terry's a friend of mine. He's an IT guy at another local company.
There you go. Yeah. So that's you can still do that. It's a great thing. I had a Linksys router. Unfortunately, it was 802.11b, and all my devices suddenly became G and N, and A and AC and all that. So
Everything kept moving along. Yeah.
everything moved along, and it was the slowest device would slow down all the Wi-Fi in the house. And so I am, I do have, but my Netgear is right. Yeah, Marcus said you need to educate your kids because there's no perfect control. You cannot rely on software.
No, you kind of have to rely on them, and that's a little scary, but it's reality.
The problem is that the chip in our kids doesn't get the software updates often enough, and so the software doesn't work to control them.
Yeah.
I mean, the antivirus fails. I mean, I still have to take my kids to the doctor because McAfee isn't working on my kids.
Right.
The OS is not compatible. So
sometimes their geostabilization software goes out of date, and
that is true.
They fall over and things.
Yes, it's cool stuff. But all I need is a good app and a good chip in the back of their head to control them, and life will be great. That's all I'm looking for. Just want that. So, So like Don said, she's responding. Mark said, "Yep, you're right. That's our approach. They can come ask us questions about what they see, and we talk to it very openly. We're probably the opposite of helicopter parents. I think we're free range, kind of like free-range chickens. But don't worry, everything we feed them in the yard is organic.
Yeah, we aspire to free range, but sometimes you get a little stressed out. Sometimes you're like, wait, where are you? So free range with some sort of tether at some distance.
Yeah. Kids are great, and kids and technology are great, and you literally can't live in this day and age without knowing technology. It's not possible. The fact that you have to have an app for everything now.
My oldest really loves Scratch. You know Scratch programming, right?
Yeah.
Do you know Scratch? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Alice.
Yeah. Yeah, you like drag and drop visual things. But the Scratch website, you can make animations and stuff. He makes the craziest, silly things.
Oh, yeah.
But he loves it. He spends hours on it. It's pretty.
My 17-year-old did Scratch on a Chromebook. They had like an app you could do. Yeah, you went on the website. It must have been the website. It's been a couple of years, so I don't know if it's exactly the same. But yeah, and I did Scratch on Raspberry Pis. I taught a class at a local technical college where they got a grant. They got Raspberry Pis. And my thought process was that it was a Linux class where we taught Linux scripting. And I thought, well, you can take these Raspberry Pis home and plug them into the big screen TV that strangely everybody has, but they don't have computers yet at that time, and learn how to program. And so we just did some Alice and a little bit of Scratch just to kind of give them something to play around with. So yeah.
I think Raspberry Pis are a great way to learn Linux if you're unfamiliar with Linux.
Raspberry Pis are awesome. If you want to learn Python, the way to go. Who can you 35? Well, okay. To be totally honest, you can't buy a Raspberry Pi for $35 because you still got to have like the case.
But for $80 or something, you have everything. Right.
It's a pretty decent computer. You can surf the web. You can do a LibreOffice on it, and you can edit. You can program in Python. Yeah, you probably could do Java. I am not a fan of Java. Java's great in a cup.
Yeah. You might be able to. I don't know. Yeah.
But, I mean, I keep saying it's an.
I've done some Android programming. They taught us Java at the local university, but the only Java I've really used day to day has been some Android. But really, I was programming in C# and then had to kind of dip in some Java because it was using Windows Xamarin, which is the C# to mobile thing. Yeah.
Xamarin also works on Macs.
Right. You can publish to iOS, so you can do both. Yeah,
SDK
you can
kind of ties in like Eclipse. In case you guys don't know, so an IDE, an integrated development environment. So basically, it's where you can have all the programming features in one environment, and you can write your code, and it will do some debugging for you, and you can literally add modules for different languages that you program in, and then odds are there's an option to say go and compile my code, so that turns the code into an executable program. And then lets you run a sample, run it, and to just kind of see what it does. So, yeah, cool stuff. And Xamarin, it has an IDE on the Mac, so to speak. I loaded it. I didn't like it because it took up a lot of space. But this is my old Mac.
Oh yeah.
I haven't done anything with it on my new Mac yet. I did.
Unless you use it, you don't really want to install it.
No, because it takes
that's like Android Studio. Unless you're really going to publish stuff, you don't want to take up like 20 gigs of memory for a virtual Android device or whatever it is.
It uses up a lot of space, and I have downloaded. I did have the Android SDK on my Mac so that I could sideload apps, and was playing around with some stuff. And I had the fortune to work on a Bible app.
Oh, cool.
That, of course, the app was already written. I can't take credit for that, and I can't
Right,
take
you were
credit
like
for,
up working on it.
I can't take
some
credit
more.
for any content. I was just trying to help format.
Well, the Bible was already written, so you're
What was
good.
already written? Yeah, I was just trying to like figure out how would you build it and sideload it into the Android phone.
Oh, cool.
And it was really cool. Now they've gone way beyond that, and it's basically translation into a language for a indigenous people in Costa Rica called the Quebecers.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, really awesome. I am still actively involved with that mission group, and what they do is just fantastic. So it's something I'm pretty proud of. They're good people. Yeah. So, in fact, I'm going back there in January to go see if I can be useful. So,
oh, nice. That'll be fun.
except I'll be swinging a hammer or carrying rocks or something.
Yeah.
I'm only good at manual labor. I'm not really good at skilled labor. Unless there's a computer involved. Then let's
Right. That's skilled, but
That's
if
true.
they need a network, you're their guy.
You need network. You need a Wi-Fi setup. You
Yeah.
need me to program the router or
Right.
upgrade your OS or install memory or put in a system board. I can do that. I can load your printer drivers. That's me. I'm your guy for that. You need an entire storage area network put in with a great brand new storage array. I'm the guy for that.
Yeah.
But
They might not need that right now. Right.
they might.
Yeah.
I don't think they need that right now. I don't think so. So anyway, yeah. What's coming up next? So you're active in Lego robotics, and so you have a group. How often do you guys do stuff, and what kind of stuff are you doing?
Yeah. So it's the first Lego League Challenge is what it's called. It's 9 to 14-year-olds, and so we meet once a week right now for about an hour and a half. We have 10 kids and about 4 coaches. I'm the head coach. You try and have a lot of coaches just so you can sort of wrangle all the kids because they're all really smart kids, but they're really smart kids, so they're like constantly talking and energetic and like all over the place. But so we're about a third of the way through the season for that. Our big meet competition is in December. And you build an obstacle course where you have the obstacle course, kind of ironically, I don't know how they knew this, but it's logistics themed. So that seems relevant right now. But so what it is you go around and you program your robot, and you can only touch it from one end of this 4x8 table. And then you you set the robot, you program it using Scratch, or you can do Python, but Scratch is what they kind of build it with. And then you you load that program, and the robot goes and delivers a package, or unloads a shipping container on a ship, or converts a engine from diesel to electric. It has these little Lego tasks it does, and you get points for that. So it's a cool challenge. And then they're supposed to also invent something related to logistics or transportation, and they're going to work on something related to traffic. We haven't decided what. It might be something with drones and monitoring traffic as sort of a conceptual, but we're not sure.
Trying to figure out Lego diesel fuel.
Yeah.
So I got this.
It's like a little plastic engine you flip. So it's supposed to just show that we're going to go electric.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
in the future.
Wow.
Like they try and incorporate all stuff about like improving the world. So that's why it's logistic themed. So one of them is you're supposed to take a blade from a wind turbine and drop it off someplace. And then another one's dropping a package. And then they all kind of like try and relate to things being more sustainable in the future and things like that.
That's cool. I'm just thinking, great. There's this giant, carrier ship stuck out stuck on one of the rivers there, and we gotta get Legos out and move the ship. So
right.
What was that ship? Yeah, Marcus wants to know, did you film it?
We didn't film I can share some videos. The first Lego has some videos that maybe we can show next time we're talking.
Yeah, next time we're on the show, I definitely bring some videos because this is a very fascinating topic to me. Terry says that sounds very cool. Yeah, that's Marcus says that's fascinating. Of course, he asked. The Lego robotics is extremely fascinating, and I would definitely like to see some films. Especially, wow, that just sounds amazing that you've got supply chain Lego. Now the problem is can you get enough Legos from offshore, off the container ships, to the competition so that you can actually have the competition. So that's
right there. You go. Yeah.
I think that's about it for tonight. I did want to thank Paul. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Hopefully you had a good time. Like I said,
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's fun.
Not fun.
We should do it again.
We don't need to do it. And I definitely also want to thank all my guests, that all the folks that came by to say hi. Thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up, Terry. Marcus will show you film next time.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Marcus. Marcus says that was great. That's high compliment because Marcus is awesome, and if he says it, it's true. So
Good.
Marcus has a great YouTube channel. He's been having some guests, and
I'll check it out.
You go out and find Marcus's channel and find it. Definitely need to follow it. A lot of my friends here are coming in, and so they may be fans too. I don't know. I think they may be just visiting because they're friends. But if they're fans too, hey, that's even better. I know my wife visits under duress. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Required. There's a contract.
She is a contractor. Yes. Great show, guys. No, thank you. No, my wife is awesome to support my insanity. This habit that I have, it's a YouTube addiction here. So thank you, Paul, so much. Thank you for joining the show tonight. You were my first guest, so this is pretty exciting. If I didn't mess up too bad, that I want to keep having guests on the show, and I thank you, and thanks. I definitely want to bring you back when you get some video. In fact, you can't come back until you have some video. I'm sorry. I'm just going to tell you that now.
Yeah, I downloaded some from the Steam Festival actually between our last time we talked, but
okay.
It's pretty giant, so I don't know if we could have gotten it loaded on your computer in time, but we'll figure it out.
I have high-speed internet.
Yeah, I do too. But I just didn't know because we only had like 45 minutes. I don't want to.
Yep. Samantha, thanks so much for coming by. Thank you, everybody that came by. I really appreciate it. And so have a great night. That is our show for tonight. Paul, again, thank you. And I'm out of here.
Thanks, guys.
Let's do it.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
One of these is leaving. I don't know. Bye. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.